It was my last day at work. The office looked the same, but it felt different. My desk was clean, my chair was quiet. I sat down and looked at the papers on the table. "Are you ready, Mary?" my friend Lisa asked. I smiled. "I think so, but it feels strange." She gave me a hug. "You will love your free time." At lunch, my team brought a cake. There were flowers too. Everyone said, "Happy retirement." I laughed, but my eyes were wet. I cut the cake and said, "Thank you for everything." We all ate and told old stories. People laughed loud, but inside I felt a soft pain. I thought, will they forget me soon? In the afternoon, I packed my bag. I touched the chair, the desk, the old phone. Each thing had a memory. I closed my eyes and whispered, "Goodbye." When I walked out, the sun was bright. I stood on the street and breathed the air. The cars moved fast. The people walked quick. But I was not in a hurry anymore. On the bus home, I looked out the window. The city looked new, like I was seeing it for the first time. I said to myself, now my life will change. I felt free, but also a little afraid. That night, I sat in my living room. The house was quiet. No phone calls, no emails, no meetings. Only me and the clock on the wall. I made tea and sat on the sofa. The taste was warm, but my heart was heavy. I asked myself, what do I do tomorrow? The silence gave no answer. The next morning I woke up late. There was no alarm, no bus to catch, no office to go to. I made coffee and eggs. The kitchen was quiet. I sat at the table and looked at the wall. I thought, this is nice. I can rest. The first day felt slow but soft. I watched TV for hours. I took a short walk in the park. I smiled at a child who was playing with a ball. But on the third day, I felt strange. The house was too quiet. The TV was loud, but my heart was still empty. I thought, who will I talk to today? I called my daughter. "Hi, Mom," she said. Her voice was fast and busy. "Are you okay?" "I am fine," I said, but my voice was small. "I stay home." I watch TV, I eat. She paused. Then she said, "Mom, you need a new plan. You can try something new." I was silent. Her words stayed in my mind. That night I could not sleep. I turned on the light and sat up. The clock ticked slow. I whispered, "What new thing can I do?" "I am too old." I looked at my hands. They were soft but tired. I remembered my work, my busy days, my young years. Tears came, but I wiped them away. The next morning I stood at the window. The sun was bright, but I felt cold. I thought, I cannot live like this. I need something more. One morning I saw a flyer. It was on the table in the lobby of my building. It said, "Community Center, Art Class for Beginners." I held the paper in my hand. I thought, maybe I can go, maybe not. My heart beat fast. I was shy, but I wanted to try. The next day I walked to the community center. The building was small but bright. Inside I heard people laughing. I smelled paint and paper. A woman looked at me and smiled. She said, "Hello. Do you want to join the class?" I nodded slowly. "Yes, but I never painted before." She laughed kindly. "That is why we are here." I sat down at a table. There were brushes, colors, and clean paper. I picked up a brush. My hand shook a little. The teacher said, "Paint anything. A flower, a tree, a face. Just try." So I painted a small flower. The lines were not straight. The colors were too dark. I looked at it and wanted to laugh. It was not good, but it was mine. The teacher said, "Beautiful start." I smiled for the first time in many days. Around me, people were busy. Some were old, some were young. They all looked happy. I felt warm in my chest. When I walked home, I held the paper with my flower. The wind touched my face. I thought, maybe I can learn. Maybe I can change. That night, I put the flower painting on the wall. I sat on the sofa and looked at it. It was simple, but it gave me hope. For the first time after retirement, I felt a new door was opening. At the next class, I sat at the same table. I started to paint a tree. The leaves were too big and the trunk was not straight. I laughed at myself. A voice came from the side. "It looks nice," the woman said. I turned and saw her smile. She had bright eyes and grey hair. "My name is Anna," she said. I said, "I am Mary." We shook hands and both laughed. Anna painted very fast. Her work was colourful and bold. She looked at me and said, "I never painted before too, but now I paint every week." Her words gave me courage. During the break, we walked outside. The sun was soft and the air was fresh. Anna said, "I was afraid of retirement. I thought I would be lonely." I nodded. "Me too." She smiled. "But look at us now. We are learning. We are not alone." Her voice was light, but her words touched me. For the first time, I felt someone understood my heart. After class, Anna said, "Do you want to have coffee?" I agreed. We went to a small cafe near the center. The chairs were wooden and the smell of bread was warm. We talked about family, about children, about books we loved. We even laughed about our bad paintings. Time passed quickly. When I looked at the clock, 2 hours were gone. As I walked home, I felt different. The street lights were on, but the night was not cold. I thought, maybe retirement is not the end. Maybe it is the start of friendship. 1 month later, the teacher told us, "There will be a small art show. Your work will be there." My heart jumped. I whispered, "My work?" "Really?" Anna held my hand. She said, "Yes, our work. We can do this." I smiled, but my hands were cold. I felt nervous, like a child at school. The day of the show came. The community center was full of people. I saw tables, lights, and paintings on the wall. My little flower was there. I stood in front of it. I thought, it is so small. Will anyone look at it? Then I saw a young boy stop. He smiled and pointed at the flower. "Look, Mom," he said. The mother nodded. "It is sweet." I felt my eyes grow wet. I never thought a stranger would smile at my work. Anna's painting was next to mine. She laughed and said, "See? We are artists now." I laughed too, but my heart was soft and full. When the show ended, I walked home with Anna. The night air was cool, but I felt warm. I said, "I was afraid of retirement. Now I see it is a new life." Anna nodded. "Yes, a life with colour." At home, I sat on the sofa and looked at the wall. The flower painting was still there. It was not perfect, but it was a start. I whispered to myself, life is not ending. Life is beginning again. And for the first time since I retired, I truly believed it.